if you want to do it, I'm stating my side of the case. If you still want to insist, that's fine. Because you earlier gave directives in respect of foreign affairs, and I had engaged the chief whip. I told him we don't have any problem. We can take it first business tomorrow morning. We do interior, and then we draw the curtains for the day. That's it.
Yes, Honorable Majority Leader.
I can understand that we've had a long day, but the Minister for Foreign Affairs is here. He came in the morning with a whole retinue of staff to support him answer the questions, and I pleaded with him to allow us to have the debate, and after the debate, he will come back and answer the questions. If you notice, yesterday, we arranged things in such a way that we're having debates, then we'll revert to government business, have debate, revert to government business. So I told him we could do the same thing. So my plea is that he's here. I actually asked him to come back. I called him, and pleaded with him to come back. And I also called Honorable Jinapo, who has left, and pleaded with him to come back. And he agreed that he will come back, and he came back. And then Jinapo asked me to give him 15 minutes, and that he'll be back here to ask the minister the questions. And I've already informed the minister that I have called Jinapo, and he has agreed to come back and ask the questions. So I'm pleading with you, let us have the minister. So once the Interior Minister, Deputy Interior Minister is answering the questions, Jinapo has time to get here, and then he can ask his questions. So it's a plea with you. Because he, the truth of the matter is that whether we like it or not, he's the Minister for Foreign Affairs, and he has obligations to travel abroad to execute business on our behalf as a country. He is leaving town tomorrow morning, and that is why I pleaded with him to come back, no matter how late, to have his questions asked so that he can... how many questions? He has 8 questions. Who asked the 8 questions? Who asked the 8 questions? Can we go through the 8 questions to see who have asked them? All 7 of the 8 questions have been asked by MPP members of this House. MPP members of Parliament have asked 7 questions. The NDC member has asked only 1, making them 8 questions. If he leaves tomorrow, I know, you will be sitting there or standing there and saying that ministers don't come to answer questions. And especially you will point to the Foreign Affairs Minister, even though you know that his job means that he should be outside the country most of the time, executing our business. Today he's here, and I'm insisting that ask all your questions so that he can answer them, so that it will be reflected, the records will capture it, and then your constituents would see that you've asked the questions, and then he has provided the answer. So I'm pleading with you, let him answer the questions today, and let Jinapo ask the questions. Even if Jinapo doesn't come back, he's here. Jinapo is here. He gave me his word that he will come and ask the questions. So I'm pleading with you. Let's have the minister, answer the questions.
Speaker, you earlier gave a directive that because of the volume of businesses we have for the day, especially in respect of questions, we will have to go by one follow-up question. Now, Speaker, we intend to respect your directive. And so that itself puts a certain limitation on us. However, because of the consideration and the exigencies of business, Speaker, we had to endure. But Majority Leader, I don't agree with you when you use the language like, he's a foreign minister, whether you like it or not. That is not a good language to use. That's not a good language to use. Let me say it ab initio. Nobody has any issue, and I find it very difficult when it gets to the foreign minister and it becomes like a banter. We are to do or not to do. Nobody has issues with Honorable Samuel Ablakwa. Nobody has issue with him. So, would you listen? Listen to me. You sit at the back and catch the eye of the speaker. Especially you. Especially you. Speaker, majority leader should hasten with caution when he say whether you like it or not. He is the foreign minister. What kind of language is that?
You were chairman and ranking.
Speaker, he's our foreign minister.
People are saying chairman and ranking.
Leader, Honorable Samuel Ablakwa, the respected foreign minister. He is
chairman and ranking.
Yes, we are. He's the foreign minister of the Republic. We won't take that away from him. We respect him. He knows I respect him. But I'm speaking on principle. You see, and leader, I have a problem when you go behind me. You are foreign to my backyard. You go and be talking to my members without routing it through me.
Oh, honorable minority chief whip. It's not everything that is for our record. So we'll take the question for the interior minister. And you know my practice is that you should continue to engage.
Speaker, we will engage.
So item number 6A.
Speaker.
Yes.
Speaker, you are my best friend.
Yes, that's why I'm asking that you should engage.
Speaker, treat me with some kid gloves.
No, there is no issue that I know with honorable and Odompre involved that cannot be resolved.
Speaker, we will resolve it.
Yes.
We will resolve it.
That one I know.
The point is that the point must be made.
Yes.
That my backyard is for me.
That is what I'm telling you, that it's not everything that you place on record.
I cannot go to his backyard without routing it through him. For all you know, he may try to.
But I know you've been penetrating very deep into his backyard.
And now when he says that Honorable Ajinapo is here, there are 8 questions.
I'm saying that I know you've also been penetrating deep into his backyard.
Ablakwa, when he comes to this house, he comes with detailed response. And that is characteristics of him. Very detailed response. And the chamber is almost empty. And you want us to hurriedly rush it through. This is our foreign minister. The foreign minister of the Republic of Ghana, Honorable Samuel Ablakwa Okujeto. And he's capable of handling it. For foreign affairs, all the questions are important. All the questions are important, but we know, Speaker, you scan through the questions related to our friend. They're very, very important questions.
So a humble directive. Engage as we take the question for
Thank you, sir.
Interior Minister.
Thank you, Speaker.
So, Leader.
Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
I don't go behind you with ill motives. I was in the clerk at table's office when the whip came to me and said there's a decision that we shouldn't take the foreign affairs minister because Honorable Jinapo, who asked the question, has left. And I said, oh, but I can call him. So I called him and pleaded with him to come back. And he said, oh, give me 15 minutes, I'll be back. It was not with any ill motive. And indeed, it is pursuant to our effort to respond to you in particular. Because every Friday, you've reminded us of the backlog of questions. You have repeatedly mentioned that there are over 300 questions outstanding. And you have insisted that I must produce every minister to answer questions. And that I'm in the habit of shielding ministers. You've accused me in this house of being in the habit of shielding ministers and not allowing ministers to come and answer questions, and that your questions are so important. I'm surprised that today you are running away from your questions. I'm surprised that I have managed to drag the Minister for Foreign Affairs here. And you of all people, the Hansard will bear me out of how many times you, singularly, have complained bitterly about the non-availability of ministers in this chamber to answer questions. Now the ministers are available, then you say no, that the chamber is empty. Why? The person who is asking the question is sitting here. The Hansard, the clerk at table is here. The media is here to convey it. the records will capture it. So please, I beg you.
Let me, on what I said earlier, that he forayed into my backyard to do his own thing, clearly portends of some ill motive. So unreservedly, I retract that, and we can make progress. So you had caution that leadership should engage.
Yes.
There are very fundamental things the chief whip must do. He knows. So he should engage appropriately. For the meantime, we can start with the
Very well.
Interior Minister.
Chief Whips, engage. It's a directive from the Speaker. Yeah, we take item numbered 6A. Yes, Majority Leader.
Yes, so we'll take the Interior Minister who was here earlier. He was scheduled to travel. He called me this morning, pleaded that we should take him first. But due to some other assignments, he got in late after we had started with the Lands and Natural Resources Minister, and then after that, the Roads Minister. So when it was time for him to catch his flight, he pleaded that I should ask for you to indulge him and allow his deputy to answer the questions on his behalf. Again, Mr. Speaker, I want to put on record that my very good friend, Honorable Anodompre, has insisted that wherever a question is asked of a minister and the minister is not available, the minister must make sure that his deputy is here in this house to answer the question. And given that the Interior Minister is not available and his deputy is here, I'm not sure he is opposed. We can go ahead and then have the deputy answer the questions.
Yes.
We are not opposed.
Yes. Thank you
We have
very
always
much.
taken a principal position. We are not opposed.
Thank
and
you.
Besides, the deputy is a very friendly deputy, not like others. So we will agree to him to answer the question.
Question number 6A, urgent question. Standing in the name of Honorable Frederick Yao Ahinkwa, Chairman of. You have the floor.
Mr. Speaker, I have the authority of Honorable Ahinkwa to ask the question on his behalf.
Please do.
Mr. Speaker, I rise to ask the Minister for the Interior when the curfew imposed on Sampa Township on 18th April 2024 as a result of some chieftaincy dispute will be lifted. Thank you.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, the Ministry of Interior on the 18th of April 2024 imposed curfew on Sampa in German districts of the Bono region. The curfew imposition was based on the advice of the Bono Regional Security Council and in accordance with the appropriate legislative instrument following a chieftaincy dispute. The curfew was to run from 4 p.m. to 7 a.m. each day, but has undergone a number of reviews, with current hours running from 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. each day. Right, Honorable Speaker, just as the curfew was imposed on the advice of the Bono Regional Security Council, the Ministry of Interior will rely on the return of peace in the area and the national security on the advice of the National Security Council to lift the curfew. Thank you.
Honourable Member, any supplementary question? Subject to the ground rules, you are entitled to one.
No, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Honourable members, this is a constituency-specific question. So I'll proceed to, yes, Honourable Jerry Ahmed. Very well. Question number 6B, standing in the name of Professor Kinsley Nyako, Kwadaso constituency.
Speaker, respectfully, I come under Order 88.3.
Please do.
Very well. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to ask the Minister for Interior measures the ministry has put in place to promote and ensure enhanced security and safety in the country, especially during the Christmas period.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Honorable Speaker, the Ministry of Interior, through the Ghana Police Service, has instituted a comprehensive nationwide Christmas security strategy covering 25 police regions to ensure safety, law and order before, during, and after the festive season. The strategy is anchored on enhanced visibility, community engagement, intelligence-led operations, interagency collaboration, and targeted deployment to crime-prone locations. As part of the preparations, the police administration has suspended all annual leave and recalled all able and essential personnel back to duty effective Monday, 17th November 2025, to augment operational strength nationwide. In addition, the service has taken delivery of 40 multi-purpose armored vehicles, which are being deployed to strategic violent crime hotspots across the country to enhance police response and deterrence. Right, Honorable Speaker, highway patrols have also been significantly and intensified along major national corridors to ensure safe movement of people, goods, and during the period. Across all regions, the police have intensified day and night foot and mobile patrols and snap checks in business districts, markets, transport terminals, beaches, and entertainment centers, and all tourist sites. Motorbike and highway patrols along major corridors including Accra, Kumasi, Techiman, Tamale Bolga, and Paga. Takrady, Agona, Nkwanta, Elubu, Accra, Aflao, Kintampo, Tamale, and all regional intercity routes. Increased barrier and checkpoint operations, including random stop and search operations. All police regional intelligence units have been directed to strengthen community informant networks, monitor emerging threats such as robberies, terrorism spillover, and cyber-enabled crimes affecting mobile money and electronic transactions. Provide security for concerts, carnival, church conventions, crossover services, and open-air gatherings. Deploy rapid response teams to manage large crowds and emergencies. Conduct targeted operations in identified criminal hotspots across the regions, such as Aveno, Ashama, Kasua, Swami, Tanoso, Krofum, Tamale Santra, Walewale, Sunyani, Zongo, Takwa, Koforidua Central, Ho Central, and other known high crime suburbs. The police administration is also working closely with other security agencies such as the Ghana Immigration Service, the Ghana National Fire Service, Narcotic Control Commission, and the National Intelligence Bureau to ensure security and safety during the period. Right, Honorable Speaker, given the increased commercial activities during Christmas, the police, in partnership with MMDAs and market associations, will roll out deployment of additional uniformed personnel in some major markets and trading centers in the country. Fire safety inspections and removal of illegal electrical connections in the market nationwide. support banks, ATM mobile money operators, and electronic transaction points. Right, Honorable Speaker, to address congestion and reduce accidents, the police MTTD has deployed personnel along all major highways and urban traffic choke points to enforce speed limits, drink driving regulations, and roadworthiness checks. The police will also conduct point operations with DVLA, National Road Safety Authority, to minimize crashes and fatalities. All regional commands have intensified community policing, radio and TV awareness campaigns, public education on personal safety, cyber safety, and property protection, monitoring of social media platforms for security-related intelligence. Right, Honorable Speaker, these nationwide measures are expected to reduce robberies, assaults, and thefts, manage congestion and traffic crashes, ensure secure movement of people and goods, provide safe environments for Christmas activities, and then guarantee a peaceful, safe, and enjoyable festive season for all residents of Ghana. Thank you.
Honorable Member, any supplementary question?
Mr. Speaker, that is so. Mr. Speaker, I want to follow up with, first of all, commending the Minister with such a comprehensive response, but to find out from him whether with all this enhanced security, you'd hear what the police is likely to do, including stop checks and mounting barriers and ensuring that people are not driving and drunk and all of that. But you also indicated that they would not be going on leave. I just want to find out from you, are we going to give them any compensation for staying on track during this period? And also to find out, when there are issues of fireworks, how do we intend to control or manage those as well? Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Please, can you, the last part of your question. How do we quench fire?
There is an indication that we are now intending to purchase some fire tenders. And I'm also asking, when there are issues of fireworks, because Christmas you would see a lot of fireworks. Yes, and how do we intend to manage or control that?
Yes, Honourable Minister.
Thank you very much. I think that in my answer, I made mention of the fact that there's collaboration between the police, immigration, and NFR service. Therefore, through that, they are able to, attend to issues that will lead to, outbreak of fire through those fireworks and things that you described. So there's a serious collaboration. It is not the fire alone, fire service alone, it's not police alone, but all of them work together to take care of our safety. Thank you. Compensation. I think the police administration will take care of that. Thank you.
Honorable
the police administration
Jerry
will take
Ahmed,
care.
These are
the details will be discussed.
Housekeeping matters,
Yes, thank you.
and within the ambit of the police administration. Yes, that ends the urgent questions for Interior. We then move to oral questions. Question number 343, standing in the name of Suleimana Al-Hassan, Member of Parliament for Yunyu.
I thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to ask the Minister of Interior the plans the ministry is implementing to address the pressing security concerns in the Yunyu and Swan district, to establish a dedicated district police command rather than sharing with the Bunkrugu district. Thank you.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker,
Yes, Honorable Minister, you have the floor.
Mr. Speaker, I wish to state that Yonyo Nasuam Police District was approved by the police administration as a police district in 2023. A senior police officer was posted to the district before the 2024 general election to oversee 7 police officers, but was reposted due to lack of office and residential accommodation. The district is currently putting up a police district headquarters, which is about 85% complete. The district has also made available 2-bedroom self-contained apartment for the occupation of the district police commander. Mr. Speaker, it is envisaged that this district would have a full-fledged police command when the project is completed. Thank you.
Honourable Member, any supplementary question?
I'm satisfied with the answer. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Honourable members, let's have some order. Honourable members, this is also a constituency-specific question. We move to question number 344. Also standing in the name of Honourable Suleimana Al-Hassan, MP for Yonyo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My second question is, I rise to ask the Minister for the Interior what measures are being taken to deploy additional police personnel to the Yonyo and Swan district to effectively address the rising crimes and armed robbery incidents in the constituency. Thank you.
Your question ends at incidents. Honourable Minister, you have the floor.
Thank you. Mr. Speaker, just as I indicated in my earlier response on policing in the Yonyo district, the police administration is considering beefing up its presence in the area with the posting of additional police personnel to augment the strength of the current officers in the district and as a measure to curb rising crimes. However, in the interim, the Bunkurugu district has been instructed to intensify patrols in the area. Mr. Speaker, another measure the police administration is considering to reduce, if not eliminate robbery in the area, is the intensification of public engagement and the creation of a neighborhood watch committee in selected communities in the enclave. This initiative allows the police personnel to interact with the community members, providing them with essential security tips and encouraging them to share information with police. It fosters a sense of involvement, thus empowering the community to play an integral part of the security framework in the constituency. Thank you.
Any supplementary?
No, Mr. Speaker, I'm satisfied with the answer. Thank you.
Thank you. Our members, this is also a constituency-specific question. We'll move to question number 394, standing in the name of Honorable Lawrence Ajinsan, Iman Lower Denchira constituency.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise under Order 88.3.
Please proceed to ask the question.
Yes, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to ask Minister for the Interior. The ministry has developed a long-term strategy for electoral security reforms, particularly one aimed at curbing the impunity of politically motivated violence during elections. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, question number 394.
Mr. Speaker, the police stations in Chifu, Himan, Lower Deja fall under 2 separate police districts. The Jukwa Police Station falls under the Cape Coast Police District, and the Himai Police Station under the Praso District. The police administration has recently transferred a number of police constables to every police district in the country. Hence, the 2 police stations will soon have their share of the transferred officers. Mr. Speaker, with respect to logistics, the Ghana Police is generally facing shortage of vehicles. It is envisaged that under the government's retooling of the security services, every police station, including the 2 police stations under consideration, will benefit from the program. Thank you.
Thank you, Speaker. There won't be any follow-up question. Thank you.
Honourable members, we now move to question number 549. I think you asked question number 549 instead of 394. Yes, so yes, the minister answered the right question. So we move to question number 549. 549.
Thank you.
Standing in the name of Charles Uredu, MP for Ibrahim.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to ask the Minister for the Interior whether the ministry has developed a long-term strategy for electoral security reform, particularly one aimed at curbing the impunity of politically motivated violence during elections. Thank you.
Mr. Speaker, the Ministry of Interior, through the Ghana Police Service and in collaboration with other security agencies, has developed a comprehensive long-term strategy for electoral security reform aimed at curbing politically motivated violence and promoting credible, peaceful elections. A key component of this strategy is the establishment of an election command center to coordinate and manage all election-related security operations nationwide, ensuring effective engagement and communication from the national level. Police are also deploying personnel. They are also deploying personnel equipped with body cameras and other electronic surveillance tools to promote transparency, accountability, and real-time response to incidents during elections. Mr. Speaker, a strategic framework document has been developed to outline pre-election, election day, and post-election security measures. This framework emphasizes stakeholders' engagement, public education, and collaboration with political parties, civil society, and the media to build trust and reduce tension. The police, Mr. Speaker, now actively participates in inter-party advisory committee meetings to listen to stakeholders' concerns, contribute to decisions, and address election security issues directly. Institutional coordination has also been strengthened through the National Election Security Task Force, which fosters close collaboration between the police, Electoral Commission, the armed forces, and other security agencies. Finally, enhanced community engagement and monitoring have been instituted to improve early warning systems, assess post-election security performance, and inform continuous reform for future elections. These interventions collectively demonstrate the ministry's sustained commitment to ensuring safe, transparent, and violence-free electoral processes across the country. Thank you.
Honourable member, any supplementary question?
Yes, I do, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, in the minister's response, they did say that they've outlined some measures, i.e. police participating in IPAC meetings, and also the setting up of an election command center as measures that have been has been put in place to ensure that...
Honorable member, what is your question?
Mr. Speaker, my question is that if these measures are actually in existence, how come do we still have a high incidence of electoral-related violence in Ghana? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, this is an ongoing process, and definitely there might be some limitations. As usual, we are human beings, and therefore it is not all of us that behave well sometimes. So we expect that as we continue to engage, we continue to work together. Now that the Ghana police is also attending IPAC, it wasn't like that. They will understand things better. The parties will engage them further, will understand them better, and I believe that going forward, the incidents, will reduce. Thank you very much.
Honourable members, that brings us to the end of the questions slated for the Minister responsible for Interior. Honourable members, on your behalf, I sincerely thank the Deputy Minister for attending upon the House and providing answers to the questions scheduled. Honourable Minister, thank you very much. You are hereby discharged. We then move to urgent questions number 6C, standing in the name of Honourable Samuel Abdullahi Jinapo. So, Honourable Samuel Abdullahi Jinapo, the Minister, yes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I wanted to draw your attention to the other paper addendum, which same thing has been advertised on, and it has a different numbering. So, other paper addendum, page 1.
Yes, the same question, but the numbers are different. So, honourable members, let's turn to the other paper addendum, urgent questions number 1, standing in the name of Honourable Samuel Abdullahi Jinapo. May I ask the Foreign Minister to take the designated seat? Yes, Honourable Jerry Ahmed.
Speaker, just for your information, both sides have engaged that we should consider varying the original understanding, that it wouldn't just be a follow-up question, but there will be more follow-ups. And I've been told the minister is aware of that. Yes.
Yes, Majority Chief Whip.
Yes, so Speaker, we are doing that out of deference, really. Very well. Thank you.
Yes, Majority Chief Whip.
Speaker, that is so. That's the agreement.
Very well. Honourable Samuel Abdullahi Jinapo, you have the floor.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to ask the Minister for Foreign Affairs how many Ghanaians are affected by the Executive Order 14159 of the President of the United States of America, titled, quote, "Protecting the American People Against Invasion," end quote, and the measures the ministry has put in place to ensure their safety. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honourable Minister.
Right Honourable Speaker, I wish to thank the Honourable Ranking Member for the question relating to how many Ghanaians are affected by Executive Order 14159 of the President of the United States of America, titled "Protecting the American People Against Invasion," and to outline the measures the ministry has implemented to ensure their safety. The Executive Order of the President of the United States of America aims to strengthen the United States immigration enforcement by expanding the use of expedited removal, allowing deportation without court hearings. It proposes withholding federal funds from sanctuary jurisdictions and imposing criminal and civil penalties on immigrants who fail to register as undocumented. The order also calls for a substantial increase in hiring immigration and customs enforcement ICE and Customs and Border Protection CBP agents, restricts immigrants' access to public benefits, expands Section 287G of the Immigration and Nationality Act agreements with local enforcement, and increases federal prosecutions of immigration-related offenses. Updates from the Ghana Embassy in Washington, D.C. regarding the deportation of Ghanaians from the United States since my last briefing to Parliament in March 2025 are as follows. So far, Mr. Speaker, 388 Ghanaians have been in detention since January this year on immigration-related charges. Of this number, 120 are awaiting final decisions by the Board of Immigration Appeals. 49 have exhausted all legal processes and await final deportation arrangements. As of today, per the ministry's records, 169 Ghanaians have been deported to Ghana since January 2025. Of this number, 90 arrived in Ghana unaccompanied on commercial flights and 66 on chartered controlled flights supervised by ICE agents. As of 18 November 2025, the Washington mission has only one pending request from the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency in respect of the issuance of travel documentation. A key development instituted by the Department of Homeland Security since 5th May 2025 is the launch of the Customs and Border Protection Home app, designed to facilitate the voluntary deportation of undocumented migrants residing in the United States. The app allows immigrants to initiate the self-deportation process, providing financial and travel assistance to support their return to their country of origin. Additionally, it has been disclosed that any migrant who uses the app to self-deport will receive a payment of $1,000 upon confirmation of their return to their country of origin. Mr. Speaker, measures taken by the ministry. Upon receiving notice of detained Ghanaians from the United States government, Ghana's mission in Washington visits and provides legal and consular assistance. The ministry, through the mission, verifies their nationalities and issues them with required travel documents before deportation.
The Ghana Immigration Service, the National Security, Ghana Port Health, the Ambulance Service, and NADMO are duly informed of the list of deportees, the date of their arrival, and flight details. The deportees upon arrival are provided reintegration assistance, including food, social support, psychosocial services, money, skills, counseling, and medical support to facilitate their smooth reintegration into the Ghanaian society. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Member, any supplementary question?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, if you look at the U.S. Department of Homeland Security data, it shows that countries like Liberia has an overstay rate approaching 50%. Djibouti has 53%. Guinea has a similar percentage. And yet, Mr. Speaker, they were not included in this Executive Order 14159. The question, therefore, is, Mr. Speaker, why is it that Ghana, with a comparatively lower overstay levels, is captured under this Executive Order 159 and further subjected to visa and deportation related sanctions. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
I'm grateful to you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, it's important to emphasize that Executive Order 14159 is not targeted at specific countries. ICE officials are emboldened by this executive order to remove those they consider aliens, quote and unquote. That is the terminology U.S. authorities use. And so it is important to recognize that the 388 Ghanaians who have been in detention since January this year were rounded up not because of their nationality or a targeted operation at Ghanaians. It is a general implementation of the Executive Order 14159. Now, on the matter of the overstay rate, from official documentation, Ghana is currently doing about 31% of those overstays. And I am glad to place on record, Mr. Speaker, that we have had engagements with our counterparts in the US, and that is why, following those engagements, Ghana has been removed from the 36-country restriction list because the overstay rate was a criteria used by the Trump administration to impose visa restrictions. So we lost the privileges, 5-year visas, and other visa privileges that we used to enjoy. But following those bilateral engagements, Ghana has since been removed from that 36-country restriction. And we can confirm that Ghanaian visa applicants are now enjoying a restoration of the 5-year visas. So for the record, Ghana is not currently under any form of sanction whatsoever so far as our bilateral relations with the United States of America is concerned. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes. Any further question?
Mr. Speaker, let me begin by thanking the Honorable Minister for the lucid clarification he's given to this subject, and proceed to ask my second supplementary question, which is that, Mr. Speaker, can the Minister explain to this House what specific factors led to Ghana's inclusion while these other high-risk countries were exempted? And by that, I'm referring to the visa and deportation-related sanctions in the first place. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
I'm grateful to you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, in the specific case of Ghana, the official communication from the United States of America indicated that it was a case of visa overstays. And then the second concern the United States officials raised had to do with official delegations that did not see 100% return of all of those who were on those delegations over a number of years. But as I indicated, we are out of that restriction, and I think that we have to commend all our officials for the high-level diplomatic engagement that I humbly led. And I must thank everybody for the support, particularly the Foreign Affairs Committee, my hardworking staff at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and then our colleagues at the Washington Mission. They facilitated these engagements with the State Department. I must also place on record that there was an 8-point criteria that led to countries being placed under those restrictions. In the case of Ghana, it was just visa overstays and then official delegations and all those on the official delegations not returning. And so we should place on record that unlike other countries that face grave allegations, I'm not saying that visa overstays is something we should be proud of, but as compared to other items of the criteria like sponsoring terrorism, harboring terrorists, engaging in money laundering, all of those matters that were listed in that 8-point criteria put out by the Trump administration. Ours was just a case of visa overstays. And I think that in terms of the culpability of Ghana, it's just this issue with students not returning after their courses of study. But we must really be honest in this discussion that it is also US companies that really lure students, entice them with very juicy offers when they graduate, and they then find it difficult to return to the motherland after graduation. We have intensified public education, and we are urging our students that when you are graduating and you are offered these very lucrative offers, you have the right to consider them, but don't proceed to start working with a student visa. You can reapply for the appropriate visa, a visa that allows you to work as a fresh graduate in the United States of America, if you so decide that you want to work in the United States of America. So we have intensified public education. Our Information and Public Affairs Bureau is running all kinds of public education to help with our students in particular and visa applicants generally to take advantage of these various visas. Some of our citizens genuinely do not know that there are different categories of visas, that if you travel to the US with a student's visa, you can't work with that visa after graduation, even if the visa is still valid. What you need to do is to come back home and reapply, or even you can apply from the US, reapply for a different category of visa, a visa that allows you to work. So we hope that with the public education, we are going to have this challenge of visa overstays by our students, which is at 31%, resolved once and for all. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, any further question? Probably your last supplementary question.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This will be my final supplementary question. And Mr. Speaker, the Honorable Minister in his response alluded to the bilateral relations between Ghana and the United States. Mr. Speaker, I concede that the world and Ghana as well is going through very unusual and extraordinary times when it comes to American foreign policy. Mr. Speaker, to lay a foundation to ask the question, Mr. Speaker, the Honorable Minister has been on record to have written a copious article about the United States, which gained a lot of international reportage. Mr. Speaker, you know also that His Excellency the President has also had occasion to write a full-blown article about the United States' president's handling of the president of South Africa.
Honorable Member, what then is your
I'm
question?
laying a foundation, Mr. Speaker. I'm just laying a foundation. I'm laying a foundation. Mr. Speaker, finally, I'm laying a foundation so that I can ask the question. So the minister can. Mr. Speaker,
Honorable
finally,
Member, just advent your mind to Standing Order 88.7.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, the minister, Mr. Speaker, respectfully, that is why I began by saying, Mr. Speaker, that's why I began by saying that the minister himself, in his answer, alluded to the bilateral relation between the U.S. and Ghana. And finally, Mr. Speaker, then I pose a question to the minister. The minister is also on record to have had some issues with U.S. Senator Jim Risch. So the question is, what is the state of Ghana's bilateral diplomatic relations with the United States? Thank you, Mr. Speaker. In the midst of all this,
Honorable Member, guided by the rules, the question is disallowed. It's not emanating from the original question. Yes, Honorable Member, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I just want to put on record that the Ghana overstay rate is 21% and not 31%, as the minister alluded to. Also, the Ghana visitors visa overstay rate
Honorable member,
is
you are
7.5%.
completely out of order. Kindly resume your seat.
I am asking a question.
Honorable members, this is a house guided by rules. So with all due respect, let's look at the relevant rules and then see whether the honorable member is really out of order or it is not, he is not out of order. Honorable members, this is what Standing Order 88.7 states. A member in asking question shall not, 1, address the House, B, raise any argument, or C, offer an opinion. So you have to operate within the rules.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I'm grateful for the guidance. Mr. Speaker, the minister put out some records. 388 Ghanaians, 49 of them are awaiting deportation, 90 of them are already in Ghana, 1 person pending, and all that. Mr. Speaker, I want to ask the minister if he has averted his mind to the ICE website, which have over 30,000 Ghanaians listed. Now, the difference is that when ICE have not apprehended you or...
Honorable member, you are again completely out of order. Honorable member, put your microphone off. Yes, Honorable Patricia Kiaji.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I think I heard you. The reference you made was 87C, but it is 88.7.
That is what exactly I mentioned.
You made them.
Order
I think there was a selection.
88.7.
Okay.
And that is what I have read.
It meant 88.7, but
It made an 87.
It's 88.7. Should I read it again? 88.7. A member in asking questions shall not address the House, raise any argument, or offer an opinion. In this case, in asking questions, we don't need your opinion. You need not raise any argument, and you must not address the House. You go strictly to ask questions.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I respectfully take your clue, but I don't see how I can ask the question without the foundation. Mr. Speaker, relax. Why?
Honorable member, unfortunately, that is the rules that governs the House. I also
Speaker,
don't see how
Mr.
I can
Speaker.
bend the rules to allow you to offend same.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to ask the minister that the number of Ghanaians listed on the ICE website far outnumber the number of Ghanaians that have been written to the embassy. In case there are additions, as the ministry made some preparations towards that.
Very well, Honorable Minister.
I'm grateful, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I would like to place on record that the number 388 is the official number provided to us by the Department of Homeland Security of the United States of America. And that is the figure we are working with. We've seen those publications, websites, media reports, and all of that. But we work with official documentation. We have the names of these persons. We know where they are. As I indicated earlier, our diplomats at our Washington mission have gone to visit them. We are extending consular assistance to them. We are supporting them with legal support as is required of us as a country that cares about its citizens and always cherishes the consular obligations that we owe our citizens. So, Mr. Speaker, for the record, we are working with 388. That is what we have been provided by U.S. authorities. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, honorable members, let's now, yes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity. Mr. Minister, there have been some complaints from the deportees that on the flight during the deportation, they are put in shackles and then chains. What efforts have you put in place to ensure that their rights are not abused? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, honorable minister.
I'm grateful, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, that's a very important question from the former Deputy Minister for Foreign Affairs. And I would like to emphasize that the government of Ghana would not condone any attempt to violate the fundamental human rights of our citizens. We have made clear that deportees have rights and that they should be deported within the confines of international law. They should not be abused. Their rights should be respected. And that is why we insist that before these compatriots of ours are deported, we should be informed. And when we are informed, we ensure that we are at the airport to welcome them and to properly reintegrate them. And we do make sure that we engage them. So far, our engagement with these deportees, there has not been any evidence of violation of their rights when we have engaged them. But we have made clear that Ghana would not countenance that. And I want to use this opportunity to assure members of this August House that we are keeping an eye on their rights, right from when they are arrested, detained. We make sure that we visit them and we make sure that they are detained under conditions which are humane and which do not affront their dignity as human beings. And we do not compromise on that at all. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable members, let's move to question number 1B, also standing in the name of Honourable Samuel Abulai Jinapo, Member of Parliament for Damongo.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to ask the Honourable Minister for Foreign Affairs what assessment was conducted on third-party deportees and their potential risk to Ghana's security and social stability before receiving them into the country. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I thank the Honourable Ranking Member for the question and for the opportunity to provide the necessary clarification. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs operates strictly within the framework of Ghana's laws and the established interagency coordination mechanisms governing the admission of foreign nationals into the country. In matters involving persons of special status or third-party detainees, the Ministry does not act unilaterally. Instructions are sought from the President of the Republic and Cabinet. The Ministry also works in close collaboration with the relevant national security and immigration agencies. In accordance with established procedures, all communications concerning such individuals are received through formal diplomatic channels and duly verified. Upon receipt, these matters are immediately referred to the competent security agencies, including the Ministry of the Interior, the National Security Council Secretariat, and the Ghana Immigration Service for the required background checks and threat assessments. Mr. Speaker, I wish to assure this Honourable House that in all matters involving the admission of persons under special circumstances, the requisite security assessments and interagency clearances are undertaken by competent authorities. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs proceeds only on the express directives of the President, the collective advice of these agencies, and in full compliance with the procedures governing such engagements. Furthermore, the government of Ghana has consistently maintained in its engagements with all relevant states and institutions that individuals with criminal records will not be accepted into the country. This position reflects Ghana's unwavering commitment to safeguarding national security and ensuring that all processes involving the admission of foreign nationals comply with domestic law and international obligations. Mr. Speaker, Ghana has a long and respected tradition of providing refuge to persons on humanitarian grounds, consistent with our national laws and international humanitarian obligations. Over the decades, the country has received refugees from diverse countries such as Liberia, Sierra Leone, Lebanon, Cote d'Ivoire, and many others, reflecting our enduring commitment to humanitarian principles and regional stability. This tradition, Mr. Speaker, has over the years also included the reception of individuals admitted under special arrangement, such as the well-known case involving the two former Guantanamo Bay detainees resettled in Ghana under an international agreement. In all such instances, the government has maintained a firm commitment to stringent security assessment, robust interagency coordination, and continuous monitoring to ensure that national security and public safety are effectively safeguarded. Ghana has over the decades maintained our enviable track record as a bastion of peace and stability, despite our friendly and our humanitarian posture, which is a vindication of the thorough background checks, security assessments, and safety protocols we have enforced over the years. The ministry continues to work closely with the relevant national security and immigration agencies to ensure that all individuals admitted under such arrangements are handled in strict accordance with established procedures and that Ghana's security and public safety are upheld at all times. The ministry continues to closely monitor such matters in coordination with the appropriate security and immigration agencies to ensure that Ghana's sovereignty, security, and international responsibilities remain fully protected. Mr. Speaker, the government remains fully committed to maintaining the peace, stability, and security of our nation and will continue to collaborate effectively with all relevant institutions to uphold these objectives. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Abdullah Jinapo, any supplementary question?
Mr. Speaker, I thank the Honorable Minister for this very comprehensive response he's given. Mr. Speaker, on the strength of Article 75(2) of our national constitution and the express and clear Supreme Court decision in Banter versus Attorney General, Mr. Speaker, why hasn't the minister brought the agreement between Ghana and the United States, which has resulted in these deportees, to this House for ratification in the light of these clear provisions of the Constitution and the Supreme Court? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, it is our understanding that the MOU with the United States of America, it's an understanding, just an exchange of notes. It is not a binding agreement. We can walk away from this at any time. And the Attorney General has well advised us that because it is an understanding, which you know as ranking member, we go into on a daily basis. I mean, if you look at the work we do at the Foreign Ministry, on a daily basis, we can go into about 50 MOUs. If we were to bring MOUs, which are not legally binding, to Parliament, it will be impractical. I mean, our foreign policy will grind to a halt. We will not be able to function. So, loose understandings, note verbals, exchange of notes, cannot be treated as agreements or treaties, as we have been well advised by the Attorney General. But Mr. Speaker, I also want to use this opportunity to place on record that the Attorney General has formally informed us of legal action which has been brought by a citizen of this country, the activist Oliver Baka-Vomao. And so the Attorney General has advised that in our public pronouncements and discussions on this matter, even in the House, we should be guided to contain our commentary in a way that it does not prejudice the outcome of the case that has been brought by a citizen at the Supreme Court. So I will be well guided because of the Attorney General's advice in how we proceed on this matter. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Any further supplementary?
Mr. Speaker, my question to the Honorable Minister is, in the light of the clear, and I'm happy Mr. Speaker is a senior lawyer, in the light of the clear decision of the Supreme Court in the Banter case, where the court went as far as saying even note verbals require parliamentary ratification. The court said even note verbals and said MOUs require parliamentary ratification. And this decision is in black and white, and it was very, very explicit.
Are you talking with reference to Article 181.5?
Mr. Speaker, I'm making reference to Article 75.2, which was interpreted, Article 75.2 of our national constitution, which was interpreted by the Supreme Court in the case of Banter versus Attorney General 2017-2020 Supreme Court of Ghana Law Report at page 82. And you will find these express decisions of the Supreme Court, where they said even note verbals. The minister refers to note verbals and says exchanges of notes between states. The Supreme Court said even exchange of such note verbals requires parliamentary ratification. And so the question to the minister is, my very good friend, the Honorable Minister for Foreign Affairs, Mr. Speaker, the question to him, why has he not, in the teeth of this clear decision of the Supreme Court, brought this agreement, this very important agreement, to this House, this sovereign House of the people, the People's House, for ratification?
It appears you are repeating your question. The question has been answered. I've heard the minister stating that this is not a binding agreement, a binding memo, and that on daily basis they do that. Parliament will therefore be inundated if that is what they are supposed to do. So I consider your question to be repetitive.
Mr. Speaker, with the greatest respect, this is a completely different question. Mr. Speaker, I asked the question as to why the minister did not bring the agreement for ratification. And in the minister's answer, he said the advice given to him by the Attorney General is that MOUs are not binding and therefore are not to be brought to ratification.
He said this particular one.
No, he said MOU.
This particular MOU is not binding.
And he said even note verbals. And I said the Supreme Court decided that even non-binding MOUs...
Well, let me hear Majority Leader.
Okay.
Mr. Speaker, I did not hear the minister say it is an MOU. I heard him say an understanding. I heard him say it is an understanding between our foreign ministry and the government. So let's keep to the wording. He said understanding. So unless you show that in the Supreme Court decision, they included understandings. Yes.
Mr. Speaker, so the question is simple. The understanding between the government of Ghana and the United States of America, is it an MOU or not? Thank you.
Very well, Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Majority Leader, is he an understanding or MOU?
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, for the... Okay, sorry.
Yes, Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, our rules are clear. Is that okay? A question shall not solicit the expression of an opinion or the solution of an abstract legal case. Mr. Speaker, to ask him to make a determination. No, he's asking him to make a determination whether an understanding is an MOU or some other legal document. So he's asking him to make a legal determination, to give an opinion, what he thinks. No, it's clear. No, exactly. So he's asking him to give a legal opinion, to make a legal determination, clearly in violation of our rules. You can ask him because he earlier indicated that this matter is even in the courts. I'm sorry, this matter is in the court. And these same issues that we are discussing will come up in the arguments in court. And the court will be expected to take a decision on that. What we say here definitely will have an impact on the outcome. 86, or the 86. So the rules are clear, Mr. Speaker. The rules are clear.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, as I said earlier, for the avoidance of doubt, this is an understanding which is not legally binding. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr.
Your
Speaker,
last question.
My last question. Mr. Speaker, my last question. Mr. Speaker, my very good friend, the Honorable Minister for Foreign Affairs, he has a very big reputation of being very intelligent and smart and clever. The majority leader is
Honorable Member, you are completely out of order.
Making my friend...
You are completely out of order.
The final question, Mr. Speaker. The final question. Mr. Speaker, the final question. Mr. Speaker, Deutsche Welle, DW Africa, a reputable German international news broadcaster, is reported that Eswatini, which is in a similar situation like Ghana, is being paid $5.1 million United States dollars from the United States. The Speaker, the question on account of receiving third-party deportees. The question to the minister is, what stands in for Ghana, Mr. Speaker, especially that our peers such as Nigeria, Senegal, and the rest are not part of this arrangement?
Question completely overruled for not being within our orders. Honourable Member, your question is to ask the Minister of Foreign Affairs what assessment was conducted on third-party deportee and their potential risk to Ghana's security and social stability. You are talking about receipt of money.
I'll ask a new question. Mr. Speaker,
Please, if you don't have
question.
any other question,
Mr. Speaker, I'll ask a new question.
please.
Mr. Speaker,
Yes, do ask the new
Mr.
question.
Speaker, but before I do, this question arose from the minister's answer. That's why I was getting a lot more clarification from the minister, because the minister veered into those areas. So
then you should have been quoting the minister rather than quoting Eswatini.
Oh, but I quoted him first, Mr. Speaker. I did.
Please ask another question.
Mr. Speaker, so the question, Mr. Speaker, the question to the minister, and I take out the Eswatini and DW Africa. The question to the minister is that, given the obligations Ghana has taken arising out of this understanding to quote the minister's words, this understanding with the United States of America. What is in it for Ghana, for our national interest, and in the promotion of the public interest of Ghana? What is the quid pro quo? What is the consideration?
Yes,
what does
Honorable
Ghana
Minister.
get out of this? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, let me reiterate for the record that the government of Ghana has not requested any monetary support, logistical support, any material support for this intervention. The understanding is purely on humanitarian grounds. We are Pan-Africanists. These are fellow West Africans who are in distress, being detained, being treated shabbily, without dignity, and we cannot look on as Kwame Nkrumah's Ghana, a Pan-Africanist country. We are saying that Ghana is your home. You can come here. In any case, under ECOWAS protocols, West African nationals do not need visas to travel. In the spirit of regional integration, they can enter Ghana without visas, visa-free, and stay here for 90 days at least. So, Mr. Speaker, this is the decision we made purely on humanitarian and Pan-African grounds, and we did not ask for a cent, a peso, from Trump's America. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Wanyimedu Antwi.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I may want to find out from the Honorable Minister how he is. I want to find out from the Minister if he distinguishes an understanding of Ghana as a government with another country as not falling under Article 75. Thank you.
Yes. Honorable Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, once again, our rules are clear. Soliciting the expression of an opinion or the solution of an abstract legal case or a hypothetical proposition is not allowed by Order 86(1)(f). What you're asking him to do is to express an opinion. He's already indicated to you that we have an understanding, we are not bound legally, and in any case, those citizens are equal citizens who have a right. They have a right to even tell the American government that drop me in Ghana. And when they arrive at our airport and show that they are an equal citizen, you can't say don't enter Ghana. So what's the legal issue here?
Mr. Speaker, I'm not invoking his opinion. He's rather interpreting Article 75, that this understanding, to quote the minister, this is an understanding of Ghana, between Ghana government and the United States of America. And I'm saying that, is he saying that the framers of the Constitution under Article 75 did not anticipate understanding as he is quoting?
Honorable Kwame Anyimedu Antwi. The minister indicated clearly that he got an advice from the Attorney General's Department. So having told you that I was advised by the Attorney General's Department, if you are not soliciting his opinion, why won't you take the advice given to him by the Attorney General? So clearly you are soliciting the opinion of the minister.
Mr. Speaker, I'm not agreeing with you, I'm grateful. But I believe that as the Minister of Foreign Affairs, it is not every advice that the Attorney General gives that the ministry is bound by.
Honorable Anyimedu, you know that when it comes to legal matters, Attorney General is the advisor. Do you want the minister to ignore Article 88 of the 1992 Constitution of the Republic of Ghana? The minister cannot ignore the constitutional imperative in Article 88. Yes.
Mr. Speaker, the whole question is premised on Article 75, and the original person who asked the question made reference to it. You see, 75 says that, A1, the president may execute himself or cause to be executed treaties, agreements, or conventions in the name of Ghana. So there is execution. A treaty, agreement, or convention executed. So first, to make a claim that there is a treaty, an agreement subject to parliamentary ratification, you must establish execution. But when a foreign minister meets his counterpart, say, we want to do this, can we let the citizens come to your country? And he says, well, in any case, they are equal citizens and have a right to come. We will receive them if they come, except that give us information, give us prior notice. I sat in cabinet, I heard all the conversations, so I know what deliberations went into it. No treaty executed that must come before this house, unless you produce a manifestation of an executed treaty. Execution is an operational term there. If it is executed, then of course, and execution is a term of art. So please, let's not go there. Asking the minister for his opinion on complex legal matter. He said he's been advised by the Foreign Affairs, the Attorney General. So let's leave it at that. And the Speaker has ruled.
Mr.
Yes,
Speaker,
Honorable Anyimedue.
I don't intend to litigate over this, and if Mr. Speaker permits me, I'll ask another question.
Yeah, please do.
Mr. Speaker, I would want to find out from the minister what he means by understanding under the circumstance.
Well, Honorable Minister, according to Anyimedue, the word understanding is nebulous. So, what do you mean by understanding?
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, in diplomatic terminology, understanding simply means that we are ad idem and we are proceeding together in deepening our bilateral understanding.
Mr. Speaker, if I am permitted, Mr. Speaker, if I'm permitted, Mr. Speaker, again, the minister uses a legal terminology to mean that when the parties, two countries, are at ad idem, and I want the minister to explain further. Thank you. When two countries are at ad idem, what does the minister mean by that?
Honorable Anyimedue, acting ad idem is acting with a common purpose. Yes, Honorable Member, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to ask the minister whether the advice from the Attorney General was in writing or verbal. Thank you.
Well, the Constitution says the Attorney General should give an advice. The Constitution didn't indicate such advice should be in writing or it should be oral. So if you have another question, ask.
No, Minister.
Or you can look at Article 88.
Minister, Mr. Speaker, respectfully, he said that he has been advised. I'm not challenging that. I'm only asking the minister whether this advice was in writing or was verbal. That's all. Because he said he has been advised. And Mr. Speaker, there are
and I'm also referring you to Article 88. Any further question? Yes, you have the floor. Please, you have the floor.
Thank you, Minister.
Honorable Kabiru, you have the floor. You asked your question, and I intend not to put that question to the minister. Yes.
Yes, if you have a new question, ask.
Thank you. Mr. Speaker, I want to ask the Minister whether the understanding between Ghana and US was in writing or verbal.
Well, Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the understanding was communicated via exchange of notes. And in diplomatic corridors, I'm sure you understand what the exchange of notes are. So that was the format. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Any other? Yes.
I don't want to. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, per the answer of the minister and his reference to the answers to the ranking member's question. The Speaker, I heard the minister on TV3 saying we have visa restrictions, we have AGWA extension, and we want to reduce the 15% tariff. The Speaker, I want to ask if these things, per what he said on TV3, influence the
Well, I have not heard those things on the floor. So the rules will not allow you to bring TV3 issues which have not emanated here. I believe you can also look for a media platform and do it. So, Honorable Kabiru, do you have a question to ask? I think that will end the question. Then we have a lot of oral questions to be. Yes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, and I'm happy and thank you very much for indulging me. Mr. Speaker, I would like to find out from the minister whether the understanding that was reduced to a note verbal, the house could be finished. The house could be finished because, Mr. Speaker,
well, Honorable Kabiru, tell me the rules in questions and supplementary questions that allows you to make demand of note verbal.
Mr. Speaker, the rules has not specified whether I cannot also make requests for such. The rules has not also made any request, unless of course there's a rule that refers me to the fact that we cannot. Mr. Speaker,
Honorable Kabiru,
Mr. Speaker,
if you want to make demand of something, you know what to do. This is not the appropriate platform, so kindly resume your seat. Kindly resume your seat. Yes, Honorable Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, for most countries, there are classifications of documents that can be shared. So it's not every document that you can just give out. Even if from the Ghana side, you don't have a problem giving it out. From the US side, there are a lot of clearances that...
Remember, if he's using the appropriate channel, he will realize that some documents are classified information. Yes, Jerry Shaib.
Mr. Speaker, thank you very much. Mr. Speaker, I want to ask the respected minister, how many deportees have we received so far, and if he's checked their security backgrounds before taking them in?
Well, that was the essence of the question asked and answered. Honourable Member, the question is to ask the Minister for Foreign Affairs what assessment was conducted on third-party deportees and their potential risk to Ghana's security and social stability before receiving them into the country. So the question that was asked and the question that we are asking, what difference do we have? I think it amounts to the same thing.
Mr. Speaker, I'm not too clear if you mentioned the numbers we have received. I asked, yes, because I am asking.
Very well.
I'm grateful, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, so far, the third-party deportees we have received, the number is 38. The first group of 14, and then a second group of 24. So 38 have so far been received. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Yes.
Mr. Speaker, I just want to find out from the respected minister how many are Ghanaians and what other countries are they coming from?
He is talking in terms of third-party deportees. That's the number that he has given. So regarding the third-party deportees, why are you talking how many are Ghanaian and how many are...
Mr. Speaker, thank you for the correction. So, beyond the third-party deportees, Mr. Speaker, beyond the third-party deportees, which countries are they coming from?
What do you mean by beyond the third-party deportees?
It's a 1.2 billion question. Yes, thank you very much. Mr. Speaker, I'm trying to find out the nationalities of the third-party deportees.
That wasn't what you said. You said beyond the third-party deportees. Then I'm asking, what do you mean by beyond the third-party deportees?
I have changed my question.
Yes. So the third-party deportees,
What are
you
the
want to know?
nationalities of these third-party deportees?
Well, I will urge you to ask a specific question so that the minister can prepare the answer, and all the 38, the countries that they are coming from, the minister will state so. Honourable members, I think we are moving to the oral questions, which are a lot, and we need to take all of them today. We'll move to questions number 472, standing in the name of Reverend John Ntim Fojo, Member of Parliament for Asin South.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise on Order 88.3 to seek permission from you to ask for and on behalf of Reverend John Ntim Fojo.
Well, it doesn't lie on my permission. Once you have not been authorized to ask the question, please resume your seat.
No, Mr. Speaker, he has authorized me, and I'm asking or seeking your guidance, your approval, if I have to. Yeah, sure.
Yes, you can ask the question.
The Speaker, the Speaker, I rise to ask the Minister for Foreign Affairs which factors accounted for Ghana's abstain vote taken at the UN Human Rights Council in Geneva in July 2025 in respect of renewing the mandate of the independent experts on LGBTQ rights. Thank you.
Yes, Honourable Minister.
I'm grateful, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, as you are aware, Ghana was elected to the Human Rights Council in 2023 for a 3-year term, commencing on 1st January 2024. Since Ghana's tenure began, Ghana has demonstrated exceptional leadership, serving as the coordinator of the African Group of the Human Rights Council in 2025. We have also successfully led the African Group to negotiate and table several pivotal resolutions, including 1, the negative impact of the non-repatriation of funds of illicit origin and the importance of improving international cooperation, HRC 58. 2, technical assistance and capacity building for South Sudan and Mali, HRC 58. The elimination of female genital mutilation, HRC 59. Reparatory justice and a world of sports free from racism, HRC 60. Furthermore, Mr. Speaker, Ghana has strategically co-sponsored 12 resolutions aligned with the government's priorities, including those on the right to food, the human rights of older persons, women in diplomacy, water and sanitation, and the rights of women and children in conflict. Ghana's tenure on the Council has strengthened our reputation as a champion of human rights and social justice. Ghana's delegation to the Human Rights Council meeting on 7 July 2025, which voted on the renewal of the mandate of the independent expert on protection against violence and discrimination based on sexual orientation and gender identity, was led by Ghana's permanent representative to the United Nations in Geneva, an accomplished and experienced career diplomat. Before the vote, our delegation in Geneva held extensive consultations on the matter in Geneva and Accra. The voting on the 7th of July 2025 was on resolution number 59, the mandate of independent experts on protection against violence and discrimination based on sexual orientation and gender identity. This was not a vote on LGBTQ, whether a country supports LGBTQ or not. We need to clarify that. Mr. Speaker, it may be noted that the resolution on the mandate of the independent expert was first adopted by Human Rights Council in 2011 and subsequently renewed in 2014, 2016, 2019, and 2022. The resolution requests the independent expert to continue to report annually to the Human Rights Council and the General Assembly on the implementation of the mandate in accordance with their respective programs of work. During the 59th session of the Council, Ghana's permanent representative used the occasion to state clearly Ghana's position on LGBTQ. And Mr. Speaker, with your permission, I quote from the permanent representative's address. Quote, "Our understanding of the traditional definition of gender is the male sex or female sex, especially when considered with reference to social and cultural differences. Similarly, sex, in our view, refers to the two main categories, male and female, into which humans and most other living things are divided, used for statistical and policy purposes," unquote. Mr. Speaker, Ghana therefore abstained from the vote in accordance with Chapter 5, Article 17 of the 1992 Constitution, which specifically prohibits discrimination on the grounds of gender, race, color, ethnic origin, religion, creed, or social and economic status. For the avoidance of doubt, there was no vote on the support of LGBTQI++, for which Ghana abstained. Misleading and baseless media reports on this matter were clarified by the ministry through a press statement on 9th July 2025. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs is very mindful of the Ghanaian public's general and strong opposition to the practice of LGBTQI++, and the government's strong stance against the subject of LGBTQI rights. It will, therefore, Mr. Speaker, be totally against the will of the Ghanaian people and the government led by President Mahama if the Foreign Ministry undermines this position. I thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Member, any supplementary question?
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to ask the Minister whether or who authorized the decision to abstain, whether from him or from the President.
Yes, Minister.
Well, Right Honourable Speaker, for the avoidance of doubt, I have the resolution which the Human Rights Council voted on. I brought a copy here, and I would like to lay it, Mr. Speaker, for the House to consider. And the resolution is very clear, Mr. Speaker. It says that a vote on the mandate of the independent expert on protection against violence and discrimination based on sexual orientation and gender identity, unquote. That was the resolution. There was no vote on support for LGBTQI. There was no vote. So, Mr. Speaker, I will table the resolution. And I have also stated, the second part of your question, I have stated that our permanent representative, a distinguished career diplomat, consulted extensively headquarters and the African group in Geneva, where Ghana is currently the chair of the African group on the Human Rights Council. And this was the decision we came to, that on the tenure, that is extending the mandate of the independent expert, Ghana will abstain because we do not really want to take a position on whether the tenure of the independent expert should be extended or not. To us, that was not really a significant matter as far as our foreign policy priorities are concerned at this point in time. So, Mr. Speaker, let me reiterate, for the record, there has been no vote on LGBTQI, support for LGBTQI. Mr. Speaker, I have no doubt that if the foreign ministry had gone to abstain or vote for LGBTQI, as some misleading media reports claimed, I have no doubt that President Mahama will have relieved me of my position immediately, because I know President Mahama's position. I know the position of the people of this country, including our constituents as members of parliament, and the Speaker of Parliament, the Right Honourable Speaker Alban Sumana Kingsford Bagbin. We all know, strongly opposed to LGBTQ. And indeed, all of us, that day I recall, during the private members' bill, all MPs were asked, if there is a single MP private members' bill, stand up. We were all here. All 275 of us at the time, including me, nobody stood up to oppose the private members' bill. So I will not, after that, go to the foreign ministry and give instructions to the contrary. So, Mr. Speaker, let us clarify the point. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Any further supplementary question?
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I think the long and short of the minister's response is that Ghana abstained. Mr. Speaker, I also want to...
Honorable member, what do you always like running commentary contrary to our rules? The question I asked is, do you have a supplementary question?
Yes, I do.
Then please ask the supplementary question.
Mr. Speaker, anyway. Mr. Speaker, I have the mandate of the General Assembly with me here, and I don't know if I have to tender it. But, Mr. Speaker, the mandate here, the 59 mandate, is for the promotion, protection. I want to ask the minister if he agrees that Ghana abstained from the promotion and the protection of
Member, once you've resumed your seat, if any other person is not ready to ask a supplementary question, let's move to question number 416.
Mr. Speaker, sorry. Mr. Speaker.
Standing in the name of Kwame Jijoli Gakpe, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to ask the Minister for Foreign Affairs the current state of Ghana's chancery in Nigeria, given the recent report of deterioration, and what measures the ministry is implementing to rectify the structural defects, outdated furnitures, and improve poor sanitation.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Right, Honourable Speaker, I thank the Honourable Member for Keta, my good friend, the Honourable Kwame Jijoli Gakpe, for his timely and important question regarding the current state of Ghana's chanceries in Nigeria and the measures being implemented by the ministry to address reports of deterioration, structural defects, outdated furnishings, and sanitation concerns. The ministry is fully cognizant of the vital role our diplomatic missions play as the Republic of Ghana's fiscal representation abroad. I wish to assure this august House that the ministry has taken concrete steps to address these concerns, ensuring our missions operate in an environment befitting the dignity of our nation. Before I address the specific interventions, allow me to provide context by reflecting on the historical and strategic significance of our bilateral relations with the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Mr. Speaker, Ghana and Nigeria share a long-standing and multifaceted relationship rooted in shared history, cultural affinity, and regional cooperation. As founding members of ECOWAS and key actors in continental diplomacy, both nations have consistently collaborated on peacekeeping, trade, migration, and democratic governance. The presence of vibrant Ghanaian and Nigerian communities across borders further underscores the depth of people-to-people ties and mutual interdependence. Ghana and Nigeria also share a deep and complex history rooted in our common colonial heritage under British rule, where both nations inherited similar administrative and legal systems. While our relationship has experienced moments of tension, notably the Aliens Compliance Order of 1969 and Nigeria's mass deportation of Ghanaians in 1983, it has matured into a robust partnership anchored in ECOWAS cooperation as well as shared security interests. Our diplomatic missions in Abuja and Lagos serve not only as administrative outposts,
but as symbols of Ghana's enduring commitment to regional solidarity, sovereign dignity, and strategic engagement with Nigeria. Mr. Speaker, I undertook a 3-day working visit to Nigeria from 5th to 7th April 2025 to inspect all our diplomatic properties in Abuja and Lagos. This visit was prompted by persistent reports of infrastructure deterioration and was aligned with the ministry's renewed commitment to prudent asset stewardship and institutional accountability. During this visit, I personally witnessed the extent of deterioration at both missions, manifesting in structural defects and operational deficiencies that not only undermine the welfare of our diplomatic personnel, but also diminish the image and structure of Ghana's representation abroad. The conditions I observed during the inspection
were not merely technical shortcomings, but reflect a broader pattern of infrastructure neglect that has accumulated over years of deferred maintenance and underinvestment. Mr. Speaker, our diplomatic missions in the Federal Republic of Nigeria, namely the High Commission Abuja and the Consulate in Lagos, have historically operated from refurbished or acquired facilities, many of which were not originally designed to meet the evolving demands of modern diplomacy. Over the years, these properties have served Ghana with distinction, but they now bear the weight of time, deferred maintenance, and changing operational requirements. In Abuja, the Chancery Building, while still functional, exhibits visible signs of structural fatigue, cracks in the walls, outdated electrical and plumbing systems, and limited spatial configuration have constrained the mission's ability to operate at optimal capacity. The residential units, which house home-based staff, have also deteriorated, with issues including water seepage, an unreliable power supply, inadequate ventilation, and security vulnerabilities. Mr. Speaker, regarding Ghana's consulate in Lagos, the situation is even more acute. The consulate, located at number 12 Oba Akinjobi Street, GRA Ikeja, was acquired in 2008 from a private consortium. However, due to delays in transferring the title to the government of Ghana and securing budgetary allocations, the facility has not undergone any major renovation since its acquisition. The building now suffers from severe leakage from the roofs and compromised ceilings, persistent plumbing failures and sanitation hazards, non-functional air conditioning systems in a high humidity environment, outdated and broken furniture, fixtures and fittings, diminished security, infrastructure, and poor lighting conditions. Mr. Speaker, it is important to underscore that these infrastructure challenges are not isolated incidents, but symptomatic of a broader pattern of underinvestment in our foreign service infrastructure. The ministry has therefore resolved to treat the rehabilitation of our missions not as routine maintenance, but as a strategic imperative, one that aligns with our national identity, institutional pride, and commitment to ethical governance. Following my inspection, Mr. Speaker, I issued the following directives which were communicated through official press releases and parliamentary statements: immediate submission of renovation proposals by both missions, suspension of all asset disposable activities pending full audits, prioritization of sanitation, security, and staff accommodation upgrades, and acceleration of property registration processes in Lagos. These directives are part of a broader policy shift to restore dignity, functionality, and institutional pride to Ghana's foreign service infrastructure. As part of the ministry's strategic transitioning from rental to infrastructure development initiative, we have successfully reviewed a comprehensive proposal submitted by the Abuja Mission for the extensive renovation of the main Chancery building. The proposal outlines a detailed scope of interventions to address structural defects, modernize the facility, and elevate the Chancery to a standard that reflects Ghana's diplomatic stature and operational relevance. While the comprehensive plan for the main Chancery undergoes final budgetary and technical review, the Ministry has already approved the immediate rehabilitation of 4 residential units located directly behind the Chancery block. This proactive measure is essential to maintaining acceptable accommodation standards for our home-based staff and ensuring continuity in operational readiness and staff welfare. Mr. Speaker, the Ministry places highest premium on the safety of its personnel and the protection of national assets. In line with this commitment, I am pleased to inform this Honorable House that approval has been granted for a substantial enhancement of the security infrastructure at our Chancery in Abuja. The approved upgrades include the deployment of comprehensive closed-circuit television CCTV systems throughout the Chancery compound to strengthen surveillance coverage and support real-time incident tracking. The establishment of an additional strategically positioned security outpost to reinforce perimeter surveillance and enhance the mission's capacity for swift incident response. The installation of solar-powered compound and street lighting systems to guarantee continuous illumination independent of the national power grid, thereby enhancing nighttime visibility and strengthening overall security coverage. The Ministry undertook the following actions in respect of the Lagos Consulate. The Ministry moved with urgency to initiate remedial action, guided by our commitment to institutional accountability and the restoration of dignity to our foreign service infrastructure. As part of this effort, we have received a formal renovation proposal from our consulate in Lagos through our mission in Abuja, which has been incorporated into the broader framework of the strategic transition from rental to infrastructure development, the STRIDE initiative. Our new policy, STRIDE, has received cabinet approval. Its implementation begins in 2026. The 2026 budget has made provision for the STRIDE initiative. STRIDE will end the unacceptable phenomenon of spending averagely $50 million annually on rent and significantly transform the state of Ghana's diplomatic properties. I wish to assure this Honorable House that the renovation proposals being reviewed will comprehensively address the matters raised. Specifically, the plans include corrective measures for
counting her money.
long-standing plumbing and sanitation deficiencies, as well as daily to undertake repairs, but to transform the Chancery into a modern, functional space for all who engage with our consulate. It is important to note, Mr. Speaker, that having initiated all necessary steps to rectify these problems, one of the key factors in realizing our goal remains the finalization of the property registration in Lagos. The process is being actively prioritized and is expected to be completed imminently by our mission, serving as a critical prerequisite for the commencement of the outlined renovation works. Now, Mr. Speaker, upon assuming office, I immediately cancelled 2 controversial transactions initiated by the previous administration to sell Ghana's diplomatic properties in Nigeria and Zambia. In the case of Nigeria, a part payment of $1.5 million had already been made to a private individual under very questionable circumstances. A gentleman by name Mr. Bright Mensah-Bonsu. I am pleased, Mr. Speaker, to inform this House that the said individual has since been arrested and criminal prosecution has commenced. This decisive action reflects a zero-tolerance stance on state capture and our unwavering commitment to the principles of Operation Recover or Lose Oral. Chair. Mr. Speaker, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs remains resolute in its commitment to restoring Ghana's diplomatic infrastructure to standards that reflect our national dignity, operational excellence, and international priorities under the STRIDE initiative. And we are actively pursuing legal, financial, and technical pathways to ensure their full rehabilitation. Mr. Speaker, these efforts are not merely infrastructural. They are emblematic of our broader vision for ethical governance, prudent asset stewardship, and the preservation of Ghana's legacy abroad. I thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Member, any supplementary question?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I would like to find out from the minister. Renovating and then vis-a-vis pulling down the structure and bringing new one in terms of cost effectiveness, where is it? Who should when you are about to sell the chassis? I would like to find out from you whether pulling down the whole structure for new building rather than renovation, which one is cost effective?
Yes, Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, to place on record that a structural integrity report is available, and the structural integrity that was carried out advises that for the Abuja Chancery, we should carry out major renovations, and that the foundations and the columns and pillars are still strong. On Lagos, we are awaiting the structural integrity report. It has started, but that has not been concluded. But we also have the hurdle of securing the title, making sure that we get all the appropriate documentation on the Lagos Chancery. So, Mr. Speaker, these are the progress reports. I thank you very much.
Any further question?
Mr. Speaker, no, I just want to use the opportunity to thank the minister for saving this country yearly 1.2 every month. Thank you.
The Honorable Hanatete. There was this facility, to that kind of facility, to be able to get that project that you want to do. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honourable Minister.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the Honorable MP is right about the $50 million facility which was secured by the Honorable Hanatete from Societe Generale. Which can take care of the challenges we are facing with rent. We still renting in too many of our countries where we have diplomatic missions. Chanceries, we are renting ambassadors. About $350 million, according to what the transaction advisor appointed by the Ministry of Finance has indicated. And they are currently going through the processes of negotiating with the are concluded. I'm sure we shall return to this House.
Honourable members, let's move to question number 191. Standing in the name of Honorable Frank Asiedu Bakwin. Member of Parliament for Sung.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for this treasured space.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I thank the Honorable for the question. It is well known that the current administration pledge in its 2020 Ghana's global influence and enhance our international relations by pursuing a comprehensive foreign policy that reaffirms our founding Pan-African vision